Tomorrow there's a brand new Square Enix HD-2D action RPG dropping, which there's probably a very high chance you may not have even heard of. It's the Adventures of Elliot, the Millennium Tales. Made by Team Asano, who you may know better as the team behind the likes of Bravely Default and Octopath Traveler, the Adventures of Elliot is shaping to be one of the hidden gems of the year, and it's getting nowhere near the attention it deserves. I recently downloaded the demo on a whim and was blown away by what I played. Star Fox was originally going to be my main purchase for June, but the Adventures of Elliot has come in, grabbed that money from my bank account with zero remorse, and now my letterbox is quivering, anticipating the arrival of that physical copy. The game harkens back to the SNES era of RPGs. There's a very clear influence from the likes of the Mana series, the early Zelda games, and the early Dragon Quest games. If you liked any of those, you'll feel a strong nostalgic pull towards this one. If I had to sum it up, it's Legend of Zelda, Oracle of Ages meets Chrono Trigger, with a splash of Final Fantasy adventure for good measure. Players take control of the titular character, Elliot, and embark on an epic tale that spans across millennia. At first glance, everything seems deceptively simple. You have 2 weapon slots, a shield, and a jump button, and that's it. But in all honesty, the beauty lies in its simplicity. Each weapon has a charge-up attack that switches up gameplay. For instance, the sword, after being charged up, fires out a wide slash for a short distance. Meanwhile, the spear, once charged, will cause Elliot to dash forward a small distance, impaling enemies along the way. The boomerang, once charged, will spin on the spot for a few seconds before returning, dealing repeated damage to anyone caught in it. Some of this equipment, much akin to Zelda, is required to remove obstacles in the overworld, and inside dungeons too. For example, bombs to clear boulders, or break cracked walls, arrows to shoot at long-distance targets, and so on. The shield, on the other hand, is, well, a shield, surprisingly. Incoming damage can be blocked using it, provided that Elliot is facing in the right direction. However, raising the shield in each block will deplete the stamina gauge, meaning that sometimes the best defense is to just avoid the attack outright, which is something you really want to be doing anyway. Chaining enemy kills together results in a drop bonus of various breakpoints, increasing the amount of currency, consumables, and matricite that come from enemy kills. Taking damage breaks the chain and resets the bonus. While adventuring, Elliot can collect magicite shards, which can be combined in a gacha-like system to unlock modifiers for each of his weapons. These can add additional stats, like crit chance, crit damage, and so on, or other boons, like reducing the charge-up time for attacks, or even modifying the charge-up attack in some form, though these can often come with a caveat. There's even some really fun modifiers for stuff like bombs, which can cause enemies to be frozen when they touch them, that can allow the setup of some ridiculously fun synergies. Elliot can also find shards of life, which for all intents and purposes are basically pieces of heart from the Zelda games. Shards of life can be found in chests, or more often by solving puzzle shrines, and collecting 4 shards gives Elliot an extra, quote-unquote, heart. Basically, more life. Story-wise, the game is set across 4 distinct ages. Your actions in one age can directly change things in the other ages. Now, in the demo, we don't really fully get to see how this plays out, as the demo only covers 2 tiny parts of the 4 ages, but it's certainly an enticing premise. In regards to the demo, the only minor annoyance I found in my time is the sidekick. Think Navi from Ocarina of Time, although a bit more useful. Princess Furia can become a little overbearing at times, with dropping hints and solutions to puzzles, suggesting how to tackle enemies, or commenting on the same cat that she's seen 50 times before, as if it's her first time seeing it. Now normally, Navi-type characters don't bother me all that much, but toward the end of my time with the demo, I could see that the hand-holding provided would potentially get a bit grating after a while. Now in the full game, a fairy called Faye eventually takes the place of Furia, and Faye gains access to abilities and spells over the course of the game that can assist and buff Elliot. There's even an option for couch local co-op, where one player controls Elliot and the other Faye, meaning this could actually be a surprise family time game. So taking all of that into consideration, I'm not letting Huria's overbearingness affect my judgment too much. After all, the demo only really covered the prologue of the game, and besides that one little criticism, I've adored absolutely everything else about it. The initial reviews currently have the game sitting at an 82 on OpenCritic, which is very exciting to see. It's a real shame that this seems to be yet another of those new IPs that Square Enix are doing the bare minimum to market. Everything I've seen so far with this game has been heartwarming, endearing, and nostalgic. But to be honest, while I doubt a video coming from a returning subscriber YouTube account like my own is going to make much noise, if you manage to get this far in, please give the game a chance. Maybe it'll delightfully surprise you in the way it has for me. As of the publishing of this video, The Adventures of Elliot releases tomorrow on June 18th across all platforms. Life is pretty busy for me right now, but I have pre-ordered the game, and I'll make a follow-up video after finishing the game with my full thoughts when I get the chance. Honestly, I'll probably be pretty late to the party though. But let me know, are you going to be checking out The Adventures of Elliot? With that, thanks for sticking around. I'll see you in the next video. Okay, bye!